Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, gorgeous. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
I can
Great.
hear
Can you hear me okay?
I
Hey,
can-
Margie. Waiting on some more to come.
How you doing today? We got this, huh?
Girl, I've been attacked today, girl.
Not today. Not today. Nope.
Not today. Hey, Margie. One of my sister directors.
Hey, Margie.
Hello.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm almost home. I'll be logging in just a moment, okay?
Okay, that's fine, sweetheart.
Okay, see you in a little bit, but I'm going to stay on.
Awesome.
Okay, sweetie.
All right, you want me just to go ahead?
I guess we could because ain't nobody showed up yet. But I was gonna put it on my live, share it to live to my unit page.
Okay.
You mind if I do that real quick?
Oh, not at all. Please do. I do the same thing because, yeah, I feel like a lot of my girls
Showed
watch
up. I think she must have been in your unit. Oh, let me make you co-host right quick so you can let people come in. Should I make you host or co-host?
I don't know. I don't have permissions on mine. I'm like, if you had hopping on my Zoom, you can hear whatever I got to say. So co-host, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll make you co-host. And then I'm gonna go get it shared. So that
Is it okay if I just admit whoever?
way if somebody come in, you can let them in when I get this up right quick, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let them just admit them.
You got it.
Hey Janie, give me a second. I'm getting ready to share to my group page real fast. I'll be right back.
You're looking sharp in that red jacket, Janie.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome.
You got him, Lindsay.
Got you, girl.
Okay, thanks, sweetie.
I love that. I have never used that feature. I like that it's like a little doorbell. Lets you know people are coming in. Hello, ladies. Welcome. Glad you're here. I don't know about y'all. Was anybody else obsessed with the little hand cream trios? I wish that they made this pink freesia one in full size because I would put it on my whole
my God, I wish they had one that girl. I'm missing it. I got a few more left.
I know I have 2 more and I'm like, oh, I want more.
I keep waiting on them to say they're gonna bring it back to us.
I know. That's oftentimes why they do limited edition though. They wait on us to give them feedback like that was really good or that was not really good. Are you good on do you stream to your page from Zoom often? I do it all the time if you want me to help walk through that or anything with you.
I'm just trying to find I'm basically, it's not letting me share to my group, share to your group. Yep. And I'm
then
trying
which group, just start typing in the name of your group and it'll pop up at the top.
I'm trying to find where I can just type it in because it's okay. Let's type it where. Telling me to select. It's not giving me a search button or anything right now. Should be just.
If we're recording, you can share the recording, right?
Right. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Sorry, sweetie.
You're totally.
I'm nervous. I'm super nervous.
Oh, girl, bye. I'm just a normal person.
I've not had this $1 million account.
Please don't be nervous. There's no need to be nervous.
Give me just one. Okay, we're live.
Hey.
And then I'm gonna let you just go.
Okay. Yeah, and if you want, you can do my accolades later or whatever, or you don't have to do them at all. I'm totally okay with that, just so we don't take time, you know?
Okay. Well, I got him here. I got him here ready, but I know you got to go to another event. So
yeah, I got a virtual, y'all. I got a date every Tuesday night at 8:30. I do a party with my unit. That is like the one night a week that I am married to for parties is Tuesday night at 8:30. So, I guess I'll just say, Catherine, thank you for the honor and privilege of being here to allow me to pour into your people. Y'all, I have always been in the Mary Kay Go Give area. So I've never had a national sales director in my 15 years in Mary Kay. And so I just want you to know that I have been personally trained and mentored by so many nationals, so many top directors. And so I am always so honored anytime I have the privilege to pour into anyone else. And it was so sweet. Catherine called me at like maybe 7 minutes till, and she's like, hey, are you having trouble getting on? I'm like, I'm still in my bathroom getting ready. So I hope I give y'all hope. Like if I can do this, I promise you can do this. I am a hot mess express half the day. But that's okay because God loves us right as the way that we are and how he created us, right? So, so a little bit about me, just in case, for those of you who don't know me. So my name is Lindsay Freithler. I am an executive senior $1 million sales director. Started my business 15 years ago. It was actually September 11th of 2007. I just got to celebrate my 15th anniversary in Scotland, on the top sales director trip. It was magical. And y'all, how I got introduced to Mary Kay was, I always have to say the power of one. Y'all, my recruiter, who is now my senior director and my soon to be national, Brittany Jenks. Many of you might know her as the #1 director in the United States this past year. She offered me her business card when I was serving her table at a restaurant. I was a 21-year-old college senior. I was waiting tables in the evenings to pay the bills. So if any of you have ever been to a Logan's Roadhouse before, that's where I was serving. So not fancy, peanuts on the floor, wearing jeans and a t-shirt. But so when I walked up to her table, she was like, I would love to offer you a free facial. And actually, you know what's so funny? Before I even got my name out of my mouth, she was like, I just got a free car. And I'm like, what? Got a free car? It's pretty exciting, right? Well, it was sitting right outside of the window from where she was sitting. And so she showed me her free car and told me she got it from Mary Kay. Meanwhile, I'm driving a car that's like falling apart. So I'm like, tell me more. But so she offered me her business card along with a free facial and makeover. But one thing that I think is a difference maker is she didn't just offer me her card. She got my name and number and she called me the very next day. And so y'all, even though I was super intrigued by her, she was gorgeous. She just got a free car. I had never gotten a free car before. I don't think I would have picked up the phone and called her. So I want you to think about that. Like when you own a business, right? You're the one, you take responsibility for that business, right? So she called me the very next day and she said, hey, this is Brittany, the Mary Kay girl you met yesterday. When do you have a free hour that we can do that facial that I promised you? And I told her, well, I'm off work today. And so literally that day, 1 hour later, she was at my house. See, she was in DIQ at the time, director in qualification. So when I told her she was making that booking call, she's like, oh, you're free today, right now? Okay, I'm coming. And so she was at my house. An hour later, we did a facial. And at the end of that facial, she asked me a magical question. And she just said, have you ever thought about doing something like this before? And I was like, no, because I don't think people sit around and daydream what it's like to be in Mary Kay, right? And so I was like, no, I have not. And she's like, well, I think you'd be great. And so I was like, okay. And I signed up. It was not some big elaborate conversation. It was literally just, have you ever thought about doing this before? I think you'd be great. So y'all, like, I don't want you to overcomplicate sharing this opportunity, especially right now with it being $20 to start a Mary Kay business. Shut the front door, y'all. Okay. So with that being said, I signed up with the intention to just get my products at a discount. Now, one thing I want to share with you within that is I remember when I joined, learning about Mary Kay. I read Mary Kay's autobiography when it came in my starter kit, and I fell in love with Mary Kay, the woman, and what her company stood for. And I remember, like, from the beginning, I was committed to being a lifer in Mary Kay. And so what I mean by that is I remember thinking in my mind, even if I'm horrible at the business side, because you don't know when you're coming in, am I going to be successful? Am I not? And I remember thinking, even if I'm terrible at running a Mary Kay business, I know I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to put on makeup, right? I'm going to use body care and fragrances forever anyway. If I'm going to be buying all of this stuff, why would I not buy it from myself at 50% off and support an incredible company with incredible products? So when I joined, I remember thinking like, I'm going to be in Mary Kay forever till I die. Because as a woman, I'm going to use all those products forever. So I feel like when you make that decision, because y'all ask yourselves as women, are you not going to use skincare, body care, fragrance, and makeup forever? I'm going to guess yes, right? And so I feel like that made me approach my business differently, because when I was meeting a new customer, I wasn't so hard pressed about getting an immediate sale from them that day. I was more inclined to just get to know them and build a relationship with them, because I knew I was going to be in it forever. And so y'all remember how Mary Kay says, pretend that everyone has that invisible sign hanging around their neck that says, make me feel important. That was so like, that always stuck with me to think, okay, if my customers can buy cosmetics anywhere, why would they choose Mary Kay? If they could go to Walmart or Ulta or Sephora or Walgreens or anywhere else, why would they choose Mary Kay? Well, and I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. And so that's a question I've always asked myself. I always try to take such good care of my customers, because I'm like, if they can go anywhere else, I want to make it so good for them to choose me that they don't want to go anywhere else. Okay. And so kind of had that, like that frame of reference when you're running your business. Like, this is your business, right? And we're more than sales. I believe we're in a relationship business. And so when you can focus on building relationships with people, y'all, that's why Mary Kay has such huge loyalty, is because they have a relationship with you. They don't have a relationship with the girl at Walmart or Ulta or Sephora, right? And so that's what sets us apart. So joined just really to get a discount. And hey, I wasn't mad about the idea of making some extra cash, right? But so my story, if you see me here now, 15 years in as $1 million sales director, if you're anything like me, I remember I used to see top directors and I would think that they came into Mary Kay and they were like hot shots right out of the gate, right? Y'all, I didn't get my red jacket until like 6 months into the company. And I was literally, the first time I got my red jacket, I was a red jacket for one day. Why? Because my team member got active on the last day of the month. And then the next month, one of the three was not active any longer. So I was no longer a red jacket. So I was a red jacket for one day, the first time. But so something happened and there was a mental switch. When I graduated from college, I got a bachelor's degree that I spent a whole lot of money to get, and I couldn't find a job. And so here I am with this expensive degree, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Well, my recruiter, Brittany, at that time had just earned her second car in 2 years as a 22-year-old. And I was 22. My car is still falling apart, still the same one from when I joined. So I'm like, you know what? Mary Kay's giving away free cars. You can promote yourself anytime you want. I don't have to wait on somebody else to decide if they want to give me a car, if they want to give me a promotion, if they want to pay me what I think I'm worth. Let me give this Mary Kay thing a try as a business instead of just kind of, dibbing and dabbing. Because y'all, what I will tell you is if you want your Mary Kay business to pay you like a business, treat it like one. Because if you think about like hobbies, it's not freezing on my end, Catherine. Oh, earlier when you were talking, it did some though. So for any of our guests, is it freezing for y'all? I hope not. But so I want you to think about like hobbies.
It could be my internet.
Okay, good. I'm glad that it's not. But so like if you think about hobbies, most hobbies cost you money, right? Like a lot of hobbies are like, I don't know, like if you think about like for guys, like golf or like sports, or like for me, like shopping, getting my nails done, things like they cost money. And so if you treat your business like a hobby, it might cost you money. But if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like one. And so I remember at that point, I went to a national sales director. So we had these meetings the first Monday of every month with a national sales director, a senior national sales director who lived like 10 minutes down the road from me. And she was a multimillionaire in Mary Kay, and she had earned 15 career cars. So I was like, okay, if I want to make this business work, I'm going to go talk to someone who is making it work, right? Self-made millionaire. Let me talk to her. And so that's one thing I want to encourage you too, is only take advice from people who you would trade places with, or someone who is where you want to be on the career path. That's why Mary Kay designed our career path the way she did, is so that everybody starts at the same place in the same way. We move up to senior, to red, to team leader, to DIQ. We all move up the exact same way. Because have y'all ever had a job where like you have a boss that's telling you what to do, but they don't even know how to do your job, but they're telling you what to do? You're like, wait, what? So I love how Mary Kay created the career path that anyone who is in a leadership position has been exactly where you are. And they had to do the work to get where they are. And so I asked this senior national sales director, I said, hey, I really want to earn a car and become a director. Can you just tell me what to do? Have y'all ever like had that moment where you're like, if somebody would just tell me what to do, I would do it, right? So I told her, tell me what to do. And she goes, okay, I absolutely will. She told me, if you go follow this formula for 6 months, you will either be in a car or you'll be on your way to earning a car. And I was like, okay, I'm all ears. Because y'all, at this point, I had 0 active team members. This was about 1.5 years into my business, 0 active team members. But I wanted to earn a car and become a director. So I was like starting from scratch, essentially. So what she told me to do is she said, you go see 30 faces a month, minimally 30 new faces a month. So not like, you facial the same people every month and count it as your faces. No, 30 new faces a month, 10 intentional interviews. Intentional meaning you're having a conversation with them with the intent to add them to your team. You're going into it with that mindset, right? Not just, oh, I'm going to talk to this person about the career opportunity, but I'm just doing it to check off a number like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? No, intentional sharing appointments or interviews and 1,000 wholesale. So selling enough, $500 a week, selling enough to support 1,000 wholesale personally. So that way, because she said, then you're going to be a really strong part of your team to where you can rely on yourself as well. Okay. So 30 faces, 10 intentional interviews, and 1,000 wholesale. I'm like, okay, you gave me a track to run on. Let's go. And so there were a couple of things that happened. Not only did I commit to the activity, I made the decision. Can we all agree there's no stopping a woman with a made up mind? So y'all, like, I wasn't just saying I'm going to earn a car. I was willing to do the work and I believed that I could. And so I want you to know, like, I feel like every time I've had a quantum leap in my business, it's because I believed that I actually deserved to be there. So it took me a while to become a director because when I was brand new as a 21-year-old, I didn't even know how to lead myself, let alone did I think I could lead others, right? And so it wasn't until I would look at other directors and I would think, if she can do it, I can do it. So even though I was only 22 when I decided to earn a car and become a director, it was because I made the decision and I believed that I deserved it. So you are where you are right now because it's where you believe you deserve to be, okay? And I want you to know, if God put a dream on your heart, he gave you everything that you need to achieve it. You are equipped, okay? And so when I made that decision, do y'all know the root word of decision is side? So if you think about words like suicide, genocide, homicide, they're not nice words, but side means to kill off all other options. And so when you actually make a decision, you kill off all other options. You're like, this is going to happen. I am committed. I have decided this is what I'm going to do. That's the kind of what I'm talking about. You can't stop a woman with a made up mind, right? And so I started telling everyone, I'm going to earn a Mary Kay car, even though I had 0 team members, but I said, I'm going to earn a Mary Kay car. So first of all, share your goal with people because they will hold you accountable, because people will be like, hey, how's that car coming? And I'm like, oh, I better have something to show for it, right? And so there are many times, y'all, I put my goals out there publicly, loudly. And so that way, if I fail, I'm falling flat on my face. And that's okay, because it's definitely happened several times. I had a pink Cadillac on my goal poster for 5 years before I earned the first one. Okay. So there was a whole lot of times I said, we're in the pink Cadillac. And instead, oh, here comes a Malibu. Here comes a Mustang, right? So I earned a G6, a Malibu, and a Mustang before I ever got a pink Cadillac. But hey, I was still driving free cars. I'm like, I'll take it if that's the booby prize, right? And you learn a lot through that process. So I made the decision. So I worked that formula, y'all. In month 1, I went from 0 team members to 5. I was on target for my car. In that first month of making that decision, of her telling me, and I worked the formula. So I remember on March 1st, which was the first day of the next month, because it was February when I did that. Then the first day of the next month, I was like, can I really do that again? So I'm like, well, she gave me the formula. Let me trust the process. Mary Kay has been around for 50 plus years. We know what we're doing, right? Trust the process. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to trust. I'm going to believe, and I'm going to claim it. So did it again. Yep. On target month 2. Yep. Me and my team earned that car in 3 months. So from 0 team members to a free car in 3 months. And then I did it again for 3 more months. And guess what? I debuted as a sales director at the end of that 6th month. So she said, go work this plan for 6 months. You'll either be in a car or on your way. I had not only earned a car, I debuted as an independent sales director. I quit my job that month and I never looked back. So Mary Kay has been my only source of income for over 13 years now. It was 13 years in July, the week I turned 23. I quit my job. Best day of my life. I was like, I called my boss, like, I don't really want to come in anymore. She was like, okay, that's fine. She's like, I've been knowing that you were going to do this Mary Kay thing, that you don't have to come in again. I'm like, it was that easy? Okay, bye. Never have clocked in punched a time clock ever again. So, with that being said, because that process worked, I'm like, why reinvent the wheel? And so I just kept doing that. And so what I will tell you is this: when I knew that I could count on myself to do 30 faces a month, 10 intentional interviews, that 1,000 wholesale, selling enough to support 1,000 wholesale, that has been my bread and butter. Because there would be times that I would look out and I'd be like, is anybody working with me? Anyone? I knew I could count on me, right? And there were times that I've gone through life. I went through a really nasty divorce 10 years ago. Mary Kay was my refuge. Like, this was, when life was messy, I would submerge and immerse myself into work because we get to bless others. And don't you agree? When you go out with the intention of, I want to be a blessing to others, it takes your mind off of the mess that's going on in your own life. And that was really hard for me mentally and emotionally too, because I remember thinking, as a leader of women, what do I look like getting a divorce? Like, what kind of a leader does that? And then I also looked at myself and I'm like, what kind of a leader of women would I be if I stay in a really messed up situation? So thank God for Mary Kay, because it gave me the confidence, but also the financial stability to be able to walk away from that situation. And he told me that I was never going to be successful without him. And that year I gave myself an $18,000 pay raise. And I'm like, oh, watch me. Been living on my own ever since. Last year, built a $500,000 home by myself with only Mary Kay income. Please tell me I cannot. Okay. Right. So no. So super grateful for Mary Kay, because how many women do you know who have stayed in messed up situations because they feel like they cannot afford to leave? In that position, I couldn't afford not to. He was, oof. Anyway, okay. So all of that, just 30 faces in 30 days has been my lifeline. When there are times like when I need to up my game, I will see more faces, right? Now, as a $1 million director, I get to see hundreds of faces a month via myself and my unit. We're working virtually now. So like this, I'm about to hop on a virtual party after this. We usually average between 100 and 150 live viewers on Tuesday nights. So that's the beauty of virtual. When I was just doing in-person appointments before, I used to pound the pavement. I would drive hours one way to do a party, and you'd be around a table with 5 people. Now I'm like, okay, now as a director, I can be, because my thing as a director was always, I would struggle between the balance of working with my unit and working my personal business. Like, I want to win personally. I know I can rely on myself personally, but I want to help my people win too, right? And Mary Kay always used to say, bring your people with you. They learn while you earn. Well, so now I can do just that. On these parties, I invite my own personal guests, but then I have my consultants invite their guests. And so I'm working and building my own business, but I'm also replicating myself and teaching my consultants how to share the products and the opportunity and reaching all of our customers at the same time. And so I haven't really changed anything that I've done other than I'm taking that same old school Mary Kay system and just replicating it. So I want you to know, where I said sometimes you look at a top director and you think, oh, they just arrived. Nope. I was in Mary Kay 7 years before I earned my first Pink Cadillac. It was on my goal poster for 5 daggone years. I was in Mary Kay as a director 9 years before I built my first offspring sales director, 10 years before I built my first offspring sales director that stuck. You get that? 13 years in Mary Kay before our first Circle of Excellence year, 14 years until our first million. And so I say that because, like, y'all, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Okay. And so what that means is this business, a lot of the times over the years, you're planting seeds. And so that's what I talked about, like in the beginning with my customers, remembering to have that long-term mentality. Like, I'm going to be in Mary Kay forever. So y'all, if you read the digital issue of the Applause magazine this month, I want you to look for this little hotshot redhead this girl, Jolene, y'all, I met her. So this is one of my Offspring sales directors. Go look for this story on the virtual applause, okay? So that's under resources on In Touch. I met her originally in 2009 when I was in DIQ. I drove 2 hours one way to a party where I met her. She signed up. I drove 4 hours one way to do her launch party for her as a new consultant. Life happened. She had to step away. Well, guess what? We stayed connected. Even though she wasn't on my team anymore, she was still a customer. And so I continued servicing her with the products. We stayed friends. We stayed connected on Facebook. I would invite her to events. She actually joined my team a couple of times across 2009 to 2021. Like when I would be reaching, y'all, she helped me earn my first Bumblebee. She signed up and placed a $600 order on June 30th. I just said, Jolene, I know you love this product. Will you join my team? You can get all your products for a year. You know, I was like, I'll give you the commission back that I earn on your order. I don't want to make money on you. I just want this diamond Bumblebee. Because y'all, I was the queen of almost. I think I had 22 qualified for like 2 or 3 years in a row. And you know, you only need 24 qualified to get the B, right? So I was like, I'm getting that daggone B. And so once you do it, once you break the belief barrier, you can do it over and over again. Just earned my 7th consecutive B last year. And so once you do it, you're like, I can do that. Okay. And if you want to earn a pink Cadillac, the key is the B. Go get yourself a diamond Bumblebee. See enough faces, share the opportunity enough that you will earn yourself a diamond Bumblebee with 24 qualified and you will be driving a pink Cadillac. So anyway, that seed I planted in 2009 turned into her rejoining in 2021. I live in Ohio. She lives in Texas. If it wasn't for virtual, she wouldn't have been able to do Mary Kay. Y'all, she's a full-time master sergeant in the Air Force. She has guarded Air Force One before. She drives almost an hour to and from work every day. She was breastfeeding her baby when she joined Mary Kay. He was 8 months old. Her husband's a Marine Corps recruiter. He doesn't get home till like 10 o'clock at night. So she's basically a single married single mom because he's never home. And even with all of that, doing National Guard 1 weekend a month, y'all, working virtually because she didn't have to drive all over God's green earth because she told me, I don't have time to do that. I have to be home with my son in the evenings. 3 months and 9 days after she started her business, she earned a car and became a director from following the exact same system that I told you. 3 months and 9 days. 7 months into her business, she earned the use of her pink Cadillac and was the #1 director in her class, finished $500,000 her first year as a sales director. She is still full-time military. Now her baby is 2 and she calls him her little tiny terrorist. He's crazy and he's amazing, but she'll call him the terrorist. But so still a lot of life happening, right? But just y'all, all we do as Mary Kay Beauty Consultants is we share our products and we share our opportunity. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That is what we do. We share our products. We put our products on people's faces to help people feel beautiful. You share the opportunity for so many reasons. So many women need this for financial, but there are so many more women who need Mary Kay for more than just the financial aspect. Can I tell you how many women I've come across in the past couple of years who literally said, Mary Kay pulled me out of a depression. I mean, first of all, people being stuck in the house, but like women who've lost their husbands, where the evenings is when they would spend time with their husbands. And so now instead of sitting at home sad, they get to come onto a virtual party and it takes all their worries away from that. And now they get to focus on being a blessing to other people where it wasn't even for the money, but a positive distraction from reality. I call this marketplace ministry. There are so many people who are lost, who are hurting. We get to be a vessel. We get to be a light. We get to share God's light. And I'm so grateful to be in a company that is God-fearing, where we are allowed to talk about God and
right.
Don't have to shun that. But there are so many people who need that and are hungry for that and just need someone to be a blessing. So you never know, when you offer someone a business card, that could just be, hey, I would love to offer you a free facial, or you send someone a Facebook message, hey, how you doing? I'd love to bless you with some free samples. I'd love to bless you with a facial, and tie it to a goal. Reason why there's got to be something in it for them, but tie it to a goal too. You know, when you think about this, women put everybody before themselves, right? As women, you put your kids, your husband, your animals, everybody before yourself. Yeah. And so in that case, if it's only about pampering them, then let's say the day of the appointment happens and the dog's puking, the kid's crying, the husband stubbed his toe. They're going to be like, oh, everybody needs me. I'm going to cancel this appointment to pamper myself. I don't need to pamper myself. But when you have tied them to a goal, hey, I'd love to pamper you. And then once they, tell you that, to say, I am working on a goal too. So last year I said to build a home. Right now I'm paying for a wedding. So, and y'all, I met my husband, my future husband, through Mary Kay as well. crazy from one business card that was in a fishbowl in 2009, who then turned into a team member who led to another team member who led to a team member who led to an offspring sales director who introduced me to my future husband from one fishbowl name in 2009. That's why I say the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. You never know what's going to come from those seeds you're planting. That's why you never quit too. Because what is it? Y'all, 2009 is when I met Jolene, who's that record breaker, right? Who earned her Cadillac in 7 months. But also that's the same year that a fishbowl name came out that led to my husband that I met last year also. 2 seeds from 2009 that came to fruition in 2021.
Wow.
So cool. But there are people out there who need what we have to offer. And so when you tie someone to your goals and you tell them your goals, first of all, it holds you accountable. But number 2, when the day of that event comes up and maybe life is happening around them and they think that they're going to cancel, guess what? Now they're not going to cancel, because if you share with them your goal and that they're helping you achieve your goal just simply by letting you borrow their face, they now put you above themselves on that totem pole, where it's, oh, I told her I was going to help her, I can't cancel on her. Right. Whereas instead of, if it's just about pampering her, she'll be like, I don't need pampering. I got to take care of everybody else. Right. Yeah. So with that being said, I feel like there's so much more that I could share with you, but really, I'm just going to say at the end of the day, y'all, there are so many ways to be successful in Mary Kay. But at the end of the day, see the faces, share the opportunity, follow the Mary Kay way, and just know that you can. If I can do it, I promise you can do it. Okay. So God bless y'all. I got to go hop on my party. I hope you have a great night, y'all.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, y'all, that was some rich nuggets. I didn't get a chance to read her accolades. But y'all mind if I read them so y'all can just hear what she has accomplished? And I hope it didn't freeze up as much as it did on my end. So I'm hoping the recording, okay, so maybe the recording to be better, because I'm recording. So if it froze up on my end, does that mean it's going to freeze up?
It froze up a little bit on my end.
Okay, well, I'm hoping to be okay, because I got attacked. My internet went out last night. Our company canceled us for some reason, and we don't even know why. So it's saying my internet connection is unstable.
Okay, I think it's useless because you just froze up when you was talking.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, her accolades, I'm gonna read them real quick, but she mostly told everything because I don't want to hold everybody. But she started her Mary Kay business 15 years ago at the age of 21 while she was a full-time college student working as a waitress in the evening. Although she originally joined Mary Kay just to get a discount on her own products, she has now been working her Mary Kay business full-time with no other source of income for more than 13 years. And last year, she was able to build her first home as a single woman with only Mary Kay income. She has earned the use of 8 career cards from Mary Kay, with the last 5 being the prestigious Pink Cadillac. She has been on the Queen's Quarter sales 11 times, the Queen's Quarter sharing 7 times, and she has been a triple star director 7 times. These achievements have earned her 35 diamonds from Mary Kay, valued at over $40,000, and her highest paycheck in 1 month was in excess of $27,000 without bonuses. Wow. She has led her unit to 8 unit clubs appearances, twice in the $500,000 circle of achievement, once in the $650,000 circle of excellence, and these past 2 seminar years, her leading ladies unit were in the elite $1 million circle of excellence, ranking 6 and 14 nationwide. She earned an all-expense paid cruise to the Bahamas, and she has also earned 3 top sales director trips courtesy of Mary Kay, one of which was an 11-day all-expense paid trip to Scotland and Ireland that she just returned home from. She is proud to have 5 first-line offspring sales directors and 1 second-line offspring sales director who are all career car drivers. One of her most coveted accolades was being nominated by her peers as Miss Go Give for July 2021. She's on her way to becoming a national sales director and her title is Executive Senior $1 Million Sales Director, Lindsay Freithler. So we want to thank her so much for just pouring into us, and I pray that you all learned something tonight. You got encouraged. I know I did, and I didn't want to hold everybody, so this is just something that I wanted to do, and I'm so glad for the connection. You know, I got fought all day, and I'm here at work because I didn't have any internet at my home, but I'm like, this is going down. The devil is a lie, and I want to tell you all to just be encouraged, and the power of one. I am going to work this formula, you all, and y'all watch me get this pink Cadillac. That is my goal. So y'all have a wonderful one, and I appreciate all of you all for showing up tonight. I love y'all.
Love you too, sis.
Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you, Janie, for coming.